Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Easter Live. Today is April the 20th, 2025, and it is 9 o'clock a.m. And on behalf of Joe and I, we'd like to wish you all a very happy Easter, for he is risen, right? I'm Mike, a New York beauty. Good morning, good morning. Michelle Crafton Moore, good morning. Melanie Taylor, good morning. I'm trying to skim. Got to get my chocolate cake going. I'll be back in a few. Melanie, sounds delightful. Brenda, good morning from Maine, my friends. Let me skim. Brenda Foley's in the house. Good morning. Hey, debt-free quilter is here. And welcome. Kathy, good morning. And thank you guys for coming. I'm not sure if we'll have a good turnout today or not. Life happens and it's Easter and many people are traveling, and I wanted to have somewhere for everyone to go for just a little bit this Sunday morning. So let's get busy. So I went to Joann's Fabric this week. And they were doing their final 90%, take the bolt and get out the door. So while I was there, they had this fabric, and it's called Sherpa Fox, F-A-U-X. So I bought the bolts with no intention in mind. And then the more I thought about it, you know how you sit on the back end and you get the wheels churning and you're like, I want to do something fun, something simple that if you're ever in a hurry to do a quilt or a blanket or something to gift or bless, this is the project for you. Today I'll be using my Slidelock 1034DX Serger, and I don't use this very often, so should I misfire and that happens, I will switch over to my Juki, but I wanted to give it a real good tight all the way around. What I did was, this is going to be a throw size, and I'll use it in the living room here, and when I travel I get cold, so this is the perfect material for me. It's raining here, so most of the egg hunts around here happened a few days ago, as far as I know of any. Awesome. Let me see. So what I've done is I laid it all flat and I pinned it just as if I was going to baste a quilt, just to keep the insides from shifting while I'm doing the outside perimeter. So let me lay this puppy out, and I'll go real slow, and it's tedious, but well worth the end results. And this is called birthing a quilt. When you do the whole outside perimeter and you leave an opening and then you flip it right side out, it's just a technical term called birthing a quilt. So both of these are 58 inches wide, which is a nice size to be sitting on the sofa and just toss across you. And I made it so it'll be basic. I'm saying 58 or 59, so let's just call it 60 by 80. I'll give it a couple inches, just for the numbers thing today. And I really like the way the Serger is giving it that finished. Donna is the quilt doula. You're too funny, Mike. I just wanted a simple sew for today so that I can enjoy each and every one of you. And I knew I would misfire as soon as I said that. And I have. One of my needles came unthreaded, so let me see what's going on here. And if it's a simple fix, I can do it while I have you on. If it's a hard one, no. I stopped too soon, and I'm sure that's what happened. So bear with me as I lift this puppy up and just slide it out. I need to find out which one came unthreaded, and hopefully it's easy fix for me. Because easy would be really nice, right? And it could have did this when I was doing it earlier, but no, it wouldn't do that, right? So it is this one here. So we shall see if I can master getting this puppy rethreaded. And see where the issue is, and I'll see if it'll go through. Give me just a second. Somehow I got locked up at the bottom. Let me cut all these strings and we will give it a little test run. And give it a lick and a promise, huh? Okay, so I have that one. The threads there. Okay, we have all the threads, so let's see if there's hope that I can salvage this. Let me see. Donna is the quiltula. I saw that. Good morning, Amy. Listening while I get ready. I pray that hubby is doing better and things are starting to look up. That is the goal, right? Let me see if I was able to get this. And we'll give it a go and see again. So, let me see. You got this. Yeah, I got it. It was just one of the needles came undone. We had a wonderful storm roll through here this morning and need the rain so much. I get it. The background music, LOL. Thank you, Joe. Right? No dead air. He will not let me have dead air. Good morning, Tasha. Let me see. Kathy, never used a Serger before. I get it. It's time out, Tasha. Haha. She hasn't been called to the principal's office. Shucks. All is calm here now. No booze needed. Got ya. Happy Resurrection Day, everyone. Good morning, Janine. Absolutely. What a glorious day. Let me see. Michelle Crafton more. Kathy, it isn't as hard as it looks. I still have a lot to learn about the mind, but it isn't too bad. It's the matter of you read the book that comes with it. We all love the instruction manual. Then you practice threading and rethreading. That is the worst. If you can master that, the Serger is amazing. And I'm being honest. I've had mine now for 3 years, and I still learn something new always. Always, always, always. And that's the best way to do it, you know? Learn a little bit every week, every day. Sometimes I opt to just say, okay, I'm going to take and put it in timeout for a little bit because I get upset with it. It's operator error. It's never the problem of the search. So trust me when I say it's fun. And I like the way that it gives that end result to where everything is just nice and cleaned up and fresh. It makes the difference in your product, in your quilts. It really does. So let me say, the worst part for me so far is when I'm coming off one corner and going into a new. That's where I struggle, and I have to learn how to move past that, and it'll be all right. The threading looks intimidating and you make it look easy, Donna. Thank you. Trust me. I have played with this sucker yesterday a good bit, and because I got angry with it. And I put it aside and I was like, yeah, I'm going to put this in timeout. But it wasn't the machine, it was me. So I was like, okay, the instruction manual needs to come back out. And I went and totally gutted it and rethread everything. Yes, that is the goal. Hubby is progressing slowly. Slow and steady, baby girl. Slow and steady is all he needs, and a lot of prayer. And we'd be praying for you as well. So as you go through this, I keep my clips right next to me because when I flip this, I may end up needing them. So I'm not going to put them away yet. Yes, let me see. Hi, Amy. So anyway, today we've got a couple things to celebrate. He has risen is the biggest. But I did not realize until when I got the call from my doctor's office, I have to go in and do a few little tests for my 1 year post-stroke. So today makes it 1 year, and I'm so grateful and thankful to each and every one of you that have helped me in this journey, whether it's a moderator, whether it's a subscriber. Each one of you have contributed to my recovery, and I call it our recovery because you've helped Joe through so much as well. So with that being said, I'd like to thank each and every one of you. Can't stay in the chat, getting things ready for the big dinner after church, listening. Hope you all have a wonderful day. You have a blessed day as well, Janine. Absolutely. Family time is so important. And if anybody is interested, I do have 3 open spots currently at my Pennsylvania retreat. And for next year, for the Pennsylvania retreat, I will have 10 openings with some not returning because Tennessee is going to be closer for them. So we're going to do that. And it's just the way it is. So it'll be open to all of my subscribers on a first come, first serve. Normally it's just close friends. This time I'm going to open it up to anybody. You could have used your singer stylist on a zigzag stitch for similar. It's in the garage packed for the retreat, Heather. That's why I chose to do this. But you don't have to have a serger to do this. You really don't. For me, it's just making the job just a little bit easier. So I'm selling off where I left for my opening and where we're going to birth the quilts. There's no other way of putting it. So I put the binder clips just so it would remind me where not to sew. You know, we all have that one thing we don't want to sew with. So for me, that is the area. And I should have done it somewhere else, but I did it right there to make it a little bit more simple for me to get into. So has anyone else ever used your serger for this kind of project? I'm curious. Happy Easter, he is alive, and I'm so grateful for this anniversary. You are an inspiration, Donna. Keeping on, Donna. You have a lot more to do. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate each and every one of you. And that means a lot when it comes from your peers. And it was a rough year, but a good year. We learned how strong we are, and we dug deeper into our faith. And that to us is what is most important. And when you go through something like what we've been through, and you have been through with us, it changes you as a person. And it changes your outlook on life and the way you see things. So it even changes the way I do math. Isn't it crazy? I may never get back some of the things that I've lost, but I'm here and I'm grateful. And I'm learning a new way to live life to the fullest, and I'm enjoying every minute. And Joe and I give God all the glory, because without him and without Joe's fast, call for help, things could have been so much different. And it keeps me in line with everything. Yes, my Serge does a great job on stuff like this. Awesome. Hi, Heather. Serger. Not Serge. I knew what you meant. You type like I talk. So it's okay. And I'm really, honestly, I think I may end up starting to use this more. Now that I've moved it over behind me, it'll be easier to use. So what is everybody's dinner plans for today? Is anybody cooking today? Sheila, you mean you didn't name me your server? You guys too funny. You're really too funny. And I think I unthreaded again because I stopped. And that does happen. So don't get upset with it. Just double check and make sure you did not. And it happens. So I'm not going to fuss. I will just give it one more look, see? And if it's operator error, and if I can fix quick, I will. Okay. There's our thread. Right, number 4 came undone again, and I don't know why it's doing that. So, I don't know why it did that. I have to fix it. I thought I'd be able to do a little line without it, and I can't. So. Give me a minute, and we'll see if I can fix it again. And this happens, and all you can do is breathe through it. You can't let it upset you. You need to just take a deep breath, and if it's something that you can fix easy, go ahead. And it will come unthreaded, and if anybody says it doesn't, they be fibbing to you. So it came down, double check the way you're threading, and make sure that it's in all of the loops. And I shall put that right there. Yeah, play music. I'm going to be a second this time. Thank you guys for bearing with me while I do this. There, guys. So let's see if I got it. Sheila, I went to Joann's the other day. I almost cried. No more quick trips for fun crafts, fabric for charity products that are my heart broke. That's how I was. I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. When you finish an area, let the machine continue to sew, leaving a long tail That has helped me. Yeah, I did, and it broke while I was sewing. But thank you. Papa Joe should fill the dead air with musical facts. Be careful what you wish for. He will do it. And like I said, all you can do is try. Everything in life is trial and error. And I'm good with that. Because if I didn't show you my mistakes, you wouldn't know I made any, right? And I'm sure this is operator error. It is not the machine. And every once in a while, you have to double check what you are doing. And my thread could be old. I don't know. It just did it again. So I'm going to tell the machine how much I love it, and I will switch back over to the other one. So give me just a second, because I've only got a wee little tiny piece to go, and it's not worth my headache. And then I will rethread the entire machine later. So give me just a second, and I'll work my magic and change it out. And like I said, I figured that could happen because this is very thick. And I'm okay with that. I got the most of it, right? Will you take this and put it up there for me? Yeah. Thank you much. So, when you have to pivot, be prepared, because sometimes you have to no matter what. So, voila. And I'm set up and the change is made. I have another name for Sergers that can't be entered into the chat. I'm sure it's operator error. It's not the machine. And that's okay, because I will have to give it a look-see, and I'm sure it is something that I'm doing wrong in the threading area. And I'm okay with that. And where it didn't serge it off, I can trim it out. So it's okay. Life is too short to sweat the small stuff like that. Can't do it. So we're just... So this last little piece like this, then I'll trim it off. And wada bing, wada bang. Heather, you too funny. So anyway, who's cooking today? Somebody has to be cooking because the girl likes food, right? So I'll be asking, who's cooking? Joe's taking me to dinner tonight, so I don't have to cook. He wants a good Easter dinner. Hi, Carrie. Welcome, welcome. So, is anyone doing the Quilting with a Purpose challenge like Debbie and I are doing? She's finding it works for her like it works for me, and I'm very happy that she joined in on it. This is why I chose to do the serger, I'm telling you. Because your fabric gets caught up in the needle, in the threads. So, we're almost to the very, very end, and I won't have to worry about it, right? But this is going to be so cozy when I'm done. I'm going to love it, and I bet you Joe fights for it. He'll be like, I want it. I just got ham on the stove. Yum. My husband and son are making a ham for the brunch. Our son and his girlfriend are supposed to be coming over late afternoon. He gets off. Awesome. Eva, good morning, sweetheart, and happy Easter. it sounds like everybody's got fun plans for the day. And you can't go wrong with that. Absolutely, right? So since I had to do what I did here with the serger, and you know I have to fix it, I'm going to take this side here where the serger would have cut it off and just trim it out. So I'll be the serger on this, and it'll be okay. I'll just take that little bit, and you don't have to do this, but I'm choosing to, just because I don't want that bulk when I do the birthing of the quilt. It's just going to make it so much easier, and I really don't believe you would even know it's in there, but you just don't know if someone's going to feel for your seam. And I could see many more of these in my future because they're just fun to do. And it's going to be so cozy. And yes, it's summertime, and that's where my mind went. But Joe likes the air conditioning really low in the summer. So I will have something on the sofa that I can just toss over me and poof, be done. So I've got that trimmed out. So I played serger, right? So let me get these out of the way and get back into the chop. So now everywhere I have the pins, I need to pop the pins. And I'm going to leave this clip here to remind me where I need to come back to and take that out. But I did use my quilting pins just to hold the inside still. No plans for us today. Hubby is off to the clinic because he can't kick the thread. Oh no. Sorry to hear that, Heather. I told my husband I will cook, but I'm still having my quilt time today. That's good. See, Tracy uses cling wrap on fluffy stuff. Yeah, she does, and it works really well. And I just didn't. I'm being honest. Giovanna, good morning, sweetheart. Happy Easter. You can alternate between one of this one and your log cabin. Yes, most definitely. Donna, may I share a website that offers free patterns? I'm making one now with very good instructions. You're making patterns? Make sure I understand. Kathy, are you making patterns? You will have to send it to one of my moderators to post because I don't know if you'd be able to. My husband calls it the meat locker. Yes, Joe likes it very cool because of his lungs. And it helps his breathing the cooler it is. What happened to Michelle? I don't know. Where is she? She was here. Michelle, are you still here? She just said hi to Tony. So I don't know. Making a quilt from the website. Yes, you may share it. Absolutely. What is the name of the quilt? Oh, Sheila. Let's see. Yeah, I have no idea. Runs with quilts. Hello. Michelle is here. Okay. I thought she was. I had talked to her earlier. So all we're doing right now is the easy part. Taking all of these out. And yes, if you like the content that we are putting out to help us get back into a good algorithm, please hit that thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you do like the content that we are putting out, and it helps us. She ran away, Debbie. Yes, she ran away, Debbie. Heather said she's gone. No. Happy Easter. Bits and pieces quilting, making math. Oh, big words. Hold on. Magical. Very easy. Can be scrappy or a two-color quilt. if anybody would like to look at that, she dropped the information for you. Morning, Shelly. Good morning, Shelly. Happy Easter, happy Easter. Blind in both and haven't had my coffee. My goodness, no coffee. So I've got to double check before we do this quilt birthing and make sure I have all the pins or it's not going to work. Okay, let me get all of these pins out of my way so I don't get stuck with them. So bear with me just a second. I just stuck them into my mat. No coffee, poor Debbie. Yes, that's a sin. You should have woke up to smelling coffee. Hi again to everyone that I saw at Lena's and Lisa's. Hello, hello, hello. Give me just a second. Kathy, I've seen that quilt and math. Yes, waiting for my tea. I just had my lasagna for lunch. Awesome. Joe loves lasagna. That's one of his favorite. Anything pasta. Love it. Do I cook it? No. Not very much at all. Okay, so that's all the pins. Let me get these out of the way. I like to clean up my area as I go. So now I've got the clip off and I'll throw it up there. And all you're going to do, the big opening that you have, is just reach all the way into one of the corners. Doesn't matter, and just grab a big old handful and you're going to start pulling it in. Doing the 2-color version. Awesome. That is going to look so pretty. And just keep pulling it inside, the right side out. And that's why you call it birthing a quilt. Here's your hole, and the quilt has to come this way. And it's going to be so cuddly. And then once I go downstairs today, this puppy is going into the washer, so it'll be extra soft and smell real pretty. So that is all there is to that part. I have one more pin here I must have missed. That'll be cute. You'll have to share it on my Ying's pin pal page. We would all love to see it in its completion. So take and poke your corners all the way around. And trust me, it doesn't make a difference before you close it up. And it's going to be so neat. I am mitering my borders on my drop diamond photo soon. I can't wait. Donna, is that shepherd? Yes. Yes, it is. And it's going to be just so stinking soft. And honestly, I about passed out when the woman checked the price at the store for Joe and I was like, oh, okay, how much is this? Because it was in the 90% section. And she looked and there was 8 drawers of each. And she says, oh, that's easy. And I said, what? And she goes, $4 a bolt. So you do know that I took it all, right? Yeah. Had to be a pig there. But you have to take the whole bolt on these closeout, they said. And I didn't know that. So we did a over shopping, but glad we went. And I'm really glad Joe was with me because I only wanted to go walk around and say goodbye to the store. Sentimental. And Joe's like, no, we're going to pick up some stuff while you can get it. I was like, but we've outgrown most of our space. And he's like, well, bring it home. And you'll find it at home. So honestly, that's what we did. Did you use a serger to sew it? Yes, all the way around. my serger came unthreaded again, so I just offed the Giovanna to the last 12 inches or so to just honestly sew it with the machine. So that's all there is to this. Trim your string, and it's going to collect every fiber in your sewing room. She started with the serger, but her threads kept breaking. So now all you're going to do is get this as flat as you can. And you're going to put some little tacks all the way through it. And you don't have to do this step, or you can just leave it as it is. What a great deal. Yeah. So this project has six yards of fabric in it, and probably cost, honestly, like $4 or $5 to make. It was just a very good deal, and I couldn't pass it off. And it's very heavy, which is good for me. So all I'm going to do is I have it all shook out. There's no rhyme or reason. You're just going to put a couple little tacks in it periodically, just so that when you wash it, it'll all not come way open, if that makes sense. So you've birthed your quilt now. All you're going to do is pull your seams and just hit a few spots. That's it. And all that's doing is tacking it down randomly. No rhyme or reason. It's just going to help hold it together. And you'll do this throughout the whole quilt. Fox rabbit fur to play around with. That's going to be cool. That will be very cuddly in the winter. Absolutely. And I'm sure everybody in the house will be fighting for this one, because everybody knows I'm like the iceberg queen. I get cold easy, and when I'm cold, I'm done. So this is going to be perfect. And it'll be on my sofa all summer long, not just for the winter. So, like I said, very easy project. And there's no rhyme or reason where you're tacking it, because it's not really going to matter. It's just tack it in a few places just to keep it from going crazy. So, don't you just love a fresh, cuddly one? I do. So anyway, I will go through and finish doing this off camera, because it's going to take a little while today. And every time I do something today, I'm coming unthreaded, right? So I'm like, okay, get off camera. So give me a second here. I think Donna is going live shortly. Joe did not see her link, or he would have dropped it for her. So let me slip into the chat. Did you Serge? Yes. Giovanna? Yes. Thank you, Michelle, for letting her know. You're welcome. I bought a couple remnants. I saw that. That will be a cuddly for the winter. Absolutely. My minion bus driver gave us one like that before the toddler minion was born. It's still his favorite. Absolutely. The star stitch would look cool on the dark side. Oh, yes, it would. Hello, Candace. Loving this. Loving this split screen, Papa. You got two of me up there? I don't know. Looks cuddly, Donna. Great use. Those get used the most too. Probably. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, was behind schedule. No, she's saying she was behind. Donna, check your spool of thread that keeps breaking. It might be the thread before you worry about the machine. Good idea. Because it's probably, it very well could be. I didn't give that a thought. It very well could be. So I'll do the thread check and see. finish up off camera so we don't have to hear you say all the dirty words. Yeah, that's gonna be something, right? Heather, you be too funny. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I was gonna do a giveaway today. Do you want to do the giveaway? That'll give, we'll run it for 5 minutes, or do you want to save it for Monday? We'll save the giveaway for Monday Night Live. So you guys take care. God bless. Have a fabulous Easter. Thank you for coming and hanging out with Joe and I for just a little bit of your Sunday. We hope that this was something fun for you that you can take forward into your sewing room and enjoy. Take care. God bless and have a fabulous day.